Hello, my name is Yelisi Kodorobe, and today is November 21st, 2018. This here is the video exercise for week 4, specifically the overview of the skeletal system. In this video, I'm going to record myself describing the 4 shapes of bone found in the human body. I'm going to give 2 examples of each shape in the human body while pointing to them on my own body or a model or a picture. In my case, I'm going to use my own body as a demonstration. Now, it does say describing the 4 shapes of bone, but there's actually technically 5, but I'll touch on that a little bit later. So the first type of bone is long bone, which is generally cylindrical in shape, and it normally is longer than it is wide. Examples of this could be the radius on the outside, or the ulna on the inside, the humerus is one, the femur is another, the tibia, the fibula, any sort of bone that is long and cylindrical, generally shaped in a cylindrical shape. The second would be short or cuboidal bones. And the main examples in the body, I think actually the only examples in the body, are generally the carpals, which are basically the squarish, roughly cube-shaped bones in your wrist, as well as your tarsals, which are basically the same thing, but for your feet. Basically, all your ankle bones. It's like a Rubik's cube of small cube-shaped bones. What else? The next type of bone would be flat bones. Flat bones are generally, they're not perfectly flat. Often they're flat. They're called flat in that they're thinly shaped. Sometimes they're curved, and the most commonly, a lot of folks think of your skull bones, like your all the different sections of your skull. What else? Your scapula is one. Your shoulder blade is one. Another one could be considered, I'm trying to think. Actually, ribs. Ribs are also considered to be flat bones as well. The fourth type of bone would be considered irregular bones. And the examples that come to mind, the primary example that most people think of is probably the vertebrae, which make your spinal column. And actually, a lot of the smaller bones inside your face, around your sinuses, are also considered irregular shaped bones. Now, the fifth one that I'm not sure if it was oversight. I think there's only one real example. There might be others, like smaller. They're called sesamoid. It's reminiscent of the word sesame seed. But this kind of bone is basically the only example I can really think of is your knees, your kneecaps, your patella, and your patella's kind of small. It's around a high tension area. A lot of high impact happens around your knees, especially if you're jogging or jumping or running. And it's held in place by a bunch of tendons and ligaments kind of pressing it in place to absorb all that impact. And I think I'm not sure if it's consistent from person to person, but there's also some sesamoid bones in your hands and also in your feet as well. And that's the 4 main types of bones found in the human body, with some examples, and also a 5th one that I'm not sure if it was just oversight that wasn't mentioned. Thank you for watching this video.